man. I cannot unsee it now. That's fine. That's fine. Because that's exactly what I see every time, dude. He manager. No. It's he manager, dude. Oh. It's fantastic. He manager, dude. It's so funny. It's so goddamn funny, frankly. It's so damn funny, dude. Do you work out? Dude, I'm a programmer.
Minoodle with 500 bits said, hello Thor, I happened to stumble upon this indie game on Steam called the Collage Atlas, and I was wondering if you could check it out. As a fellow artist, I'm impressed the game is completely hand-drawn with pen and ink, taking the developer 4.5 years to finish it.
That's awesome. The Collage Atlas. Let me look this up. Dude, that is wild. I love that art style. I love that art style. I always like black and white, honestly. The stark contrasts are very nice for me. This is really cool. Yeah, I really dig this. Making 3D models in that style is very difficult as well. It may seem simple, but it's really not. Oh, it's got writing. Really interesting. Really interesting. Really interesting. I love the pinwheels. Like, I love just the weird stuff, right? Oh, one
Oops. I forgot to move the tab.
Cool.
Oh dear.
Brilliant and interesting.
What a mistake that is to make. At least I won't get copyright strict by him. I hope. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to. I was listening to earlier. I minimized the tab and completely forgot to mute it. Oops. And it was running on because I changed the source to me headset. And I didn't have my headset on until I started speaking. And when I noticed, it was like, oh, okay, doke. Innocent, Your Honour. There was no ill intentions. Well, good morning. Welcome along. It is back to Monday. Woo, even Superman hates Mondays. Playing Homeworld over the weekend. Yeah, fun. Homeworld 3. There we are. I see you, you see me. Whee. Maybe I should stick out some notifications. Or not? Does it ever matter? Does it ever make a difference? Maybe just at least get in the habit. For one day, it might. Honors. Brain. Struggle. Gear. Link. This might be a short stream. I got changed, come downstairs. Whammo, headache. Oh, brill. Took a codeine. Let's see whether or not it fixes it for me or just makes it worse. Bloop. Da, 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 da. Burp. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Once upon a time, I created this. I called it Environment tab. All it had was a skybox selection. To use the same skybox all the way through a mission. I've now decided that I'm going to replace it with a background. First, I need to keep compatibility of the skybox being there originally. So we need to keep compatibility there. And then we're going to use something called modular elements. And we're going to create a skybox scene using multiple elements using a package that provides it. It's bedtime. So I've just got a few elements in there. I've got 3 different size fields and a sun, and so we just need to get them in, lined up, referenced, be able to select them in here, change the rotation, position, etc., etc. And that means then I can do it on a per nav point basis. And nav points are just like you also pilot from one to another when you've done something. It's a way to progress. It's the next level in that mission. It's an easier way, isn't it? It's a level in a mission that you get to move on to by autopiloting to it. So by doing this, we can go to different levels and change the environment within the mission, which should be more interesting, because then we might be able to do more interesting effects, like showing how we're approaching closer to a planet, or entering a nebula, or various other things. Ideas currently, but this is the first step leading towards that idea. Now then, just put that back there. We can have a look at. So first things first. Mission editor panel. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Hello? Yeah. Oh, I'm screaming down my ears. That loud? So we'll bring it down a bit. That's better. And now I'm looking at all the lags that are not rolling in. Close that. It's a distraction now. Minimize that. Move that over there. Why is that? There we go. Keep that muted, thank you. Otherwise I'll have horrible feedback coming through and I won't hear it. Oh, would I? Yeah, I would hear it actually. That's fine. Okay. First things first. Environment panel. The microphone's picking. Am I breathing? No. It's not good. Wrong screen. Filters. Oh, I've got the gain on. How about we turn the gain off? Yep, that's slightly better. So we can knock that down to 6, 5. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So the game was a bit too much on top of what we was already doing. It's still sort of peaking, isn't it? So if I do it this way and drop that down to 4, no, you don't want to do 4, do you? About 3. Oh, about 30. Blow your ears off. 2. How about 2? Is 2 okay? Because when I start talking quietly, then yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, we'll go with 2. We're adjusting the audio volume down on the other end anyway to avoid massive peaking. Because why can't you just give it a nice, easy way of saying? Aha, okay. So, do I need to see where everything is environment? No. The environment panel is going to be deprecated. And then I need to find out where I set the values of this. Because I just don't know. Oh, I'm doing it in there, obviously. Look, I just looked at the sprites and said, oh yeah, there's nothing in there. Modular backgrounds. Or what's it called? We'll call it modular backgrounds, it's fine. I need that, and then let's put the briefing screen like then the debriefing screen there, because those are the least used ever. Conditional actions are used pretty often. Now we got faction spawn pools, so that ordering's slightly better. Oh, come on. Well, let's figure out that there's text there. Yeah. Gotta be the same as environment. No, not the same as environment. What is it? Show tab? Whatever the views are, I've no idea. I think something like that. Why is the placement panel set true in the conditional actions? That's just wrong. You know what I'm saying? Interestingly... Oh, yeah. So really, with conditional actions, placement panel, it's the placement of ships, so we don't set that active, but we're doing this in here. Which then, I guess, should be 0. Or should it be -1? Could be. Could be that. I don't know. I don't really know. Now, when it not that bit set panels active. That's the only 2 places. Cool. Oh, hey, Olaf. You've been hearing about it. How have you been hearing about it? I've only told one person and they've left. You want me to show it you so you got a better idea of what's going on. At the minute, it's just a lot of blah. Let's see. The mission campaign could be totally screwed up because testing. So broad overview, you have a campaign, you've got a prologue, serves as a tutorial, and then you go into the chapter missions for the main story. And those are split up across main missions, so there's like 3 main storyline missions, and in between each main mission you get to do random missions. So currently it's all random missions because I've was testing and went through the end of the last chapter I've been working on. So we got ships we can use. Currently I don't have a great deal of prestige, but let's see. You can assign weaponry as you prefer in here. Let's give you that. I'm sure you can afford that. And then with this one. Yeah, I'll keep you there. How about me? Let's see, so I've just gone for artillery with this, which is probably a bad roll because I'm sure we'll be going up against mostly fighters. Yeah, fighters. So I've got wingmen, tell them to go off and deal with that. Got directives, so protect Ironside Rampart and destroy Ares. Ironside Rampart is a Corvette, which is... Oh, it's moving. Some ships are like placeholder and not moving. So, yeah. So space combat, flying Corvette ships. So it's step up from space fighters. We've got turrets. You can see damageable systems, which you can see the green pips in the bottom right, in between the weapons panel and the circular stuff. But I doubt we'll see damage to me. Let's see. Are they all fighters? Come on, surely they might be. Ah, they're all fighters, that's fine. So the enemies that spawn can be random as well, depending on rule set that I've given it. So there's also gunships, and then there's other frigates and destroyers you can take care of. And as I said, because I've got artillery, they are slow to fire, so I can easily miss from distance. But if they keep the same direction going, they've got a better chance. Also, this guy's getting damaged, so I now need to attack whoever's attacking you. So if you get really close, then you're going to cause a lot of damage. And oh yeah, there's missiles. I've got PDC system that I implemented last month, but fighters don't have missiles yet, so that's it. And that's an example of just a non-scripted mission. And then you can also play around in skirmish and just decide to go up against versus AI. That's external view, that's slightly better. This is the biggest ship in the game. Yeah, got to upgrade the tech. So this is the biggest ship in the game at the moment, but not playable in the campaign because it's going to require a whole new type of control scheme for it. What I can show off now is like targeting subsystems, which I do have a gun. Those pips there, so I could just trying to shoot his engines, cause damage to his engines, you know. Also, the HUD started to wobble because there's a bug. The camera does not got kept to the center, so I need to fix that because otherwise the HUD elements will just wobble all over the place in that view. But a view of a view is perfectly fine. So I can shoot like subsystems like these engines, but because this is a bigger ship, I wasn't just happy with just damaging a subsystem, because subsystems will get repaired. There we go. I want it to actually explode. I might need to look back at that, because it was working perfectly fine. There's no death explosion at the end. That's what it is. It needs to be a big explosion. I don't like it when things just vanish with a tiny explosion. So various subsystems like bridge reactor, crew, auto repair, sensors, and damaging each type has various effects on the performance of the ship. So like damaging sensors would just make it very difficult for them to shoot me accurately. And this is actually the first ship I did where it's got omnidirectional turrets now. Because most turrets are just on the top end of the ship for the Corvettes. Why is it taking so long for you to die? There we go. That sounded like torpedo. No, MLRS. Oh, and they totally missed. That's about it. Right, I'm going to just quickly kill him with a cheat code. So this will show more what I mean. Oh shit. Big explosion and lots of debris left over from the ship. But there's too many small pieces. So still, it's a proof of concept that works. I just need to smooth it over, get rid of the rough edges. I need to redo the whole how it breaks apart basically. because currently the models are made up of very multiple small pieces, and the system that breaks the ships apart will treat those small pieces as a single debris piece, which just adds way too many elements. I just want some big chunky pieces to come off, and then I'll just throw some random smaller bits of debris, and that's there. But yeah, there's a demo on Steam. This is called A-Spec First Assault. You can go through that prologue and play that skirmish. It's also in early access, but I'm like just little, not a great deal there to keep people interested. But I'm trying to apply what feedback I can when I get it, and also it's mostly what feels right to me. So if it don't feel right, then I need to start like changing things. And that's why it took so long. partly. Because the first game I did that it took like at least 5 years full time. But because of my lazy ass at the time, that was done over about 10-12 years. So this is me expanded on that framework I did with the first game, which is called Absolute Territory. It's all about space fighters, like Wing Commander. And now this is me working towards some sort of goal with the same framework, where this is now more like iWar with Free Space 2 in it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's very slow progress, but we're getting there. Just not as quick as I wanted to. So now this is the mission editor I'm currently in. This is where I create the missions for the campaign. So you can like place down ships, asteroids, other various items. I'm slowly adding to, and then we can do conditional actions where, well, we do need that, do we? One sec. So the placement panel needs to be enabled, does it? So then the placement panel is enabled there. Modular background. Okay. Right. So I'm just currently adding a panel on at the moment, just to see. Oh, dude. Thank you. Should have played the demo first. You might not like it. A lot of people bounce off it. I highly recommend you go straight into the campaign. Ignore the tutorials, because the campaign prologue is a tutorial in itself, and then you can just go revisit the tutorial to refamiliarize yourself with controls and that when you forget. But there are a lot of controls. A lot. I need to work on a quick access panel, which is mostly functional now. Can't remember if it's in the last build or not. It's definitely not bounded to a key if it is, so you have to find it. But my intention is I'll bind it to F8 correctly, because every time I add new keyboard commands, and then assign it a default key, it will break existing players' bindings, and by breaking it, it'll just make sure like certain controls just stop working entirely. So until I can figure out how to do a check to like say, well, hang on a minute, no, there's a key conflict here, don't use that as a default. I've been avoiding updating the control scheme. But yeah, really kind of you to be buying my game. Trying. There we go. So that's now working there. And then when we look at modular backgrounds, we'll have this. And then ideally this will need to be like a scene view. And then we can start adding elements. So at the minute, we've just got like 3 skyboxes that I've been using and not doing anything else with. But I've now got this asset package where I can do away with skybox entirely and add modular elements, like a different type of skybox specifically suited to this, and other elements like adding some planets, various other things. So that will make it more interesting, because then got nav points which make up a mission. You can also pilot to different places for a mission, so that means I can then make background elements more interesting at different stages through a mission, or different levels of a mission. So now, yeah, just basically just got this in, and I now need to basically start adding the functionality so we can add modular elements, change the positions of the modular elements, and yeah, rotation and size of those elements against the skybox. Yeah, I'm barely there. It's just very, very long, very tedious at times, and I've had a lot of issues. Hello, Spiraling Glaive. Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. It's been a very long time since well, I've not been very consistent streaming anyway. It's been over a week since I last streamed Gamedev, and long COVID keeps kicking my ass, so I can't do it consistently. But we'll get there. Definitely will. I've got one game down, and I've released this in early access, so at least I will get this finished and then get on to the next one, because I have a full-time job, so I'm not dependent on game sales, which otherwise if I was, I would never have started in the first place. Because my first foray into this was actually software, and I created an app which was supposed to be like a YouTube companion, and it did things which I felt YouTube was sucked at, like using templates. I would like to upload a video and use a specific template for tags and descriptions and whatnot, and YouTube didn't offer that. So that did that, and then I allowed it so it actually allow you to tweet and tell your subscribers about that, and customize the message and maybe stick a video or something else in there, and it did that. And then no one bought it, apart from one person, and I believe that one person who bought it was the host of the website that I sold it through. Yeah, so that sucks. And then what happened? YouTube then cancelled the API key, like 3 minutes short of when they should have done it. And now Twitter's in charging ridiculous money, so I'm glad it failed. So I'm glad it failed, because otherwise that would have just an absolute nightmare. But that then just solely got me to making games now, because I did think, well, I'll do software, and then I'll do a game, and I'll do software, and I'll do a game. And it's like, well, absolutely failed in software. First game I released sold more than that software, but it's still considered a freaking failure. But you can sell games easier than you can sell software. I think part of the problem is people don't want to pay money on YouTube as well. And yeah, also people didn't like the whole, I don't trust you because this doesn't have a secure key validation, so when you try to install it, it says, warning, this could be bad for you. So people would even play the demo. I had loads of demos. Play the demo. You try the demo. I had loads of downloads for the demo, but like no one used it. And I can only assume it was that. And it's like, yeah, just click this, click that, and you're fine. But yeah. And it was impossible for me to get a key because I would have had to have registered a company where I'm in the UK, and it's a like sole trader. Yeah, sole trader. So I can use a name, I'm registered as self-employed for tax purposes, but I'm not a company. And to get that like secure access token or whatever it was to validate installation of software, I had to do the company route, but not there yet. Maybe one point. The Wizard of Oz. It's all smoke and mirrors. There's no game there, really. Oh, it certainly was a mess indeed. But hey, I live and learn. Steam is great. I mean, if you ever want to make a game, just stick with Steam, sack off everything else. I mean, people talk about itch, but you've really got to push your game there. Unless you've got a game specific to the audience that are on that, no one's going to be interested in it. Because my first game, I tried selling it on there, put the demo on there, sold it, 0 sales. Put it on the Microsoft Store, 4 sales. And some other places, 0 sales. And another one where it's like less than 10 and they've got 2,000 keys to go through. So it's like, yeah, the only place that's made me any decent amount of money is Steam. And it's like, you've got to maintain and update your software for all these platforms and make builds for different stores. It's not worth the effort. So stick with Steam. Hopefully Steam will stick around a long time. They're really good, especially at pushing your title to other people, because it's like automated. It will just show people, so I get like 2,000 people a week eyes on the game. They don't buy it and I don't know why. So it's slowly playing around with sales, and that's the only time when it really sells now, my first title, is when it's on a sale. And it still is significant. It's like not even a day's wage within a week of a sale, which is always disheartening. Makes you want to cry. Let's see. So we've got environment. Did I? Well, if I spelt environment correctly, which I didn't. Environment. Well, at least I spelt the class itself correctly. Background panel, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Trigger selection, nope. Right, so this is exactly the same as the other one. So we've got environment data. Right, the thing we want with this is with the environment. It's already used, and I don't want to deprecate it. So it'll be like a fallback. So it'll be a case of when we're loading a mission, it will check to see if there's any modular background defined. If it's null, then fall back to the original environment data and just use that. Otherwise, use the new. Should be fairly simple. And that's the fun part of making changes to something that's already in use. Let's see, so let's go to this. So currently all this does is hold skybox. We're gonna use a new class, as we say, like this is going to be deprecated. And then some background data, which again we've got a skybox, and then we have the modular, which then has all the modular stuff as a class. For all each items, then also we used in there, which no, it's going to have to be within the nav point collection because we want to change that per nav point. It's like we got in there, and then well, it's not an array. Because the array is the nav point mission data. We're only interested in having information for this background. And then if like this is in the second nav point and it doesn't exist, do nothing. Yeah, that's how it will be. Then I'll have to think about, well, If we're traveling from point A to B, then the skybox needs to remain in the same rotation of what the player is when they're autopiloted to the destination, so that when they arrive, it doesn't look like the skybox has totally changed direction back to its default one. Worry about that when we get there. Let's see. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Now for modular background elements, we'll need an ID. Unique ID to specify each modular item that we're going to be using in there. We want the vector 2. Or is it a float? How do we do? What are we using? Are we using vectors or float 2s and 3s? Can't remember. Could be a special class, actually. Here we go. Not even used. That sucks. Float free. Vector free. Spawn action data. What? Oh, that's the action data though. But yeah, it should be the same. What's this? Let's see. Spawn. That's not that. Why so hard? Well, easy way of doing it. Let's look at an existing file. It's been that long, I can't remember how I stored the information. Right, here's the mission format file. Well, it looks like it was a float free. Just solely based on the name of the spawn item. There's offset pos and offset rot, which was these two, which will float free. So why can I not see that? Placement items. Placement item. Action data. Shit. Oh, there we go. Roof. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to do that. So we have Beck. No? Vote float free selection. Oh. 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 Oh yeah, they are. They're informed data, so... No? This is in region... Region. Oh, it's just under conditional actions. There we go. I really need to sort my namespaces out. Absolute pain in the ass. Why are you not working? Showing me up now. Form data.float free. Duh. Obviously. So we have arc size and rotation. Arc size is in float 2. Rotation, yeah, and then what else do we have? We can move it up and down. We can add ID, arc, position, remove. Should just need them. Nothing else. Oh boy. Ah. Now then. Ads are about to start on the Twitch side. I'll just have a quick stretch. Myself a brew. Not back after those ads. What's with the Twitch pet ads, eh? Oh, look at you. Oh, I bought some moisturiser off Amazon the other week, and then I just got nothing but adverts for that very same moisturiser that I'd already bought. And it's like, I already bought that. I don't need adverts to buy more of it at this time. Yeah, just the way ads are served by Twitch are not very good, are they? Or by Amazon, because they don't have specific data about you. Unlike Google, who knows how to exactly target your research history across multiple sites and in your emails and everything else. And even then, you just have to search for one thing once, and then you get nothing but the same bloody adverts. Right, need a note, because my head's about to explode now. Too much thinking. Oh, that's an old note. Go away. The unusual magic. That was a while back, so let's see. So we've got environment data. We have background data. So if background data is null, then use, can't put tabs in here, else, then use background data and that was an array. Okay. That's just as a reminder to help keep my sanity, because every time I do stuff in the level editor, my brain just enters meltdown. That was before I had brain fog. Why did I use float 2 is on here? My own specific floats. Was it that you can't serialize a vector free? It might have been back then. Vague memory. Now's the next part. So we've got an idea of how you to use the data. What we need to then consider is how we're doing all the access stuff. So we have background data, which contains that. Modular background data contains all these. Therefore, we want background class. Our background panel, which the way I generally do it is we have a header, which allows us to add and remove, but also need to sort. Okay. And then we have like items, and that will have the selection, the arc size, and position. Rotation, sorry. It's not position, it's a rotation. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. And slybox, not a skybox, but a slybox. Pretty sly. Pretty sly. Oh, what was that song from back in 2000? Like Pretty Sly for a White Guy? Was that it? Anyway, Glaive, since you always get ads for dog food, have you not been tempted to buy any dog food and try it? If you keep getting nothing but dog food ads all these months, then maybe it's fate. And then you can become a dog food tester and get paid a lot of money to eat dog food. That's how much push you over the edge. Yeah, oh, it would irritate me. Certain ads, it's like, especially when they have zero relevance, and it's like, do better. Do better. So now we have this. We want to do that. We want to do that. Which is sort of like, what's the last thing I did? Faction spawn pools. You had that in there, then you had them. So how did I do that? Because who knows, I might have done it better. Spawn pool, spawn pools, pool item. It's giving me a headache already. So add, and then that one. Add item, and then on remove, calling that. Okay, so that's spawn pools and spawn pool. Spawn pools. Spawn pool. Pool item. So really it's like this is so we just need we need, like we said, so we look at that. Correct class for that, for the header, and then everything else, and then the background panel just references it. Isn't that all about inheritance and whatever else it's called? Oh, I forgot the whole term on it. The whole point of C++ and C# of being a object-orientated language. So we're ignoring the environment panel because I end up using it if I'm not careful. So we've got our skybox drop down. And then well, I could just put it all in here. I really could. Maybe I should. And that way well, you're not under settings anymore, are you? create myself a new folder. And then let's call it background, eh? I'm going to create myself another one called panels and stick all those panel ones in there along with background. And then it just recompiles every time we make a change. Let's see, so we have a briefing, environment, loadout, elections, and assets manager options, save data and have control. Now we go in panels. Can we just not stop it from recompiling stuff whenever code moves around? So you stop and recompile when you're in play mode. This is how clever Unity knows when it's busy. How long before you display Unity is busy progress bar? 3 seconds. Funny. Okay, no, I can't do anything about that. That was a waste of time. So in our panels, load out panel. Different row. What's the difference between that and that? One is that, the other one is inherited. That? No? Well, that text means nothing to me in this view. Oh, that's the selections of all the weapons underneath the player's loadout. Yeah. That makes sense. Also, let me just move these into here. Yeah. Okay, that's slightly better. Background element data. The fact that I had to put the word module in there is scratching my brain. You happy, brain? Right. So that will be these lines. Item drop down. I think we're replacing that. We? Well, we can use this. I suppose. It's a little confusing. Save work. Dog face, hot dog. Hot diggity. Got this. I think we should only use this the time they only do is, which is only items. I'm speaking gibberish. Human add food. Woohoo! Wasn't a hot dog, was it? Twitch, go home, you're drunk. Could just say, you know what, I'll do that. Actions, forms, ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. It's a shame we're in space so no one can hear us. Glass neck. Oh. Whew. Yeah. No, it's just, you ever seen Farscape? It's like, I think it's like third season or something like that. And when John Crine says that, it just stuck in my head, like, ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Ah. which is hilarious. And he just said it so well that it never left my head. Oh, man. Oh, we can override it. Why don't I think about that? Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't apply in the same way, so... Okay. Background panel. Moving inside this namespace. And then... Oh, how does that work? Wasn't that one we're trying to do, it's this one which we've not opened. Whew. Derp. And then turn this into an item drop down. And then... label. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. I do not know. Little weird. Little weird. It never got used anyway, but I'm not touching it. So it's used for a drop down. We set it on there. Save that now. That is under here. And then what have we got? Public virtual void for that. And then yeah. Also means we need to remove anytime today. That one. How did it know? Okay. So this is an override. What are we doing? Collections, generic. System. And collections, generic, yeah. And then we can call base.init and pass those through. So it's going to do what it's supposed to do. And then we have what else is that? Am I using that for this? Yeah. All fine. Let's maybe finally update that. Pretty poor, isn't it? Our Unity could see a bit of the font off there. So we want the float 2, float 3. This song is really nice, apart from that freaking squeak in it. It always gets me. It's that kind of squeak that almost goes through to my very soul. And every time when I had this track on, I never connected with that music and that squeak to be in the same track. And it took me months before I realised what it was. Thought it was a chair, thought it was a washing machine, thought it was something else. And eventually found out. Have I tried to run A-Spec or Absolute Territory on the Steam Deck? Yes. They do run. No issues. I've tried it. Yep. They work fine. The only issue you would potentially have is getting all the controls, every single one on the Steam Deck. But that's why I'm adding that F8 panel, or the quick access panel, which I don't know if it's connected to. But yeah, I played Absolute Territory on it. That worked. I wouldn't recommend creating missions on the Steam Deck on the tiny screen. But yeah, you can certainly play the game. No issues there. And from me playing through on A-Spec as well, yeah, seems fine. You're going to be travelling, you figure play them on deck? Yeah, cool. Well, if you do find any issues, let me know. But there shouldn't be. I think the only issues might be some text elements might be really tiny to see, which I still need to really make sure that it's all set. Like the monitoring and the wingmen names and the panels at the top left of the screen might not be eligible unless you've got a magnifying glass. So I just need to confirm what is the best sizes for that. Which I just trusted some posting somewhere what said that, and I'll just use that for the time being. And then the other thing is also considering people on big monitors as well, because I think you really need a bigger size. Let's say if people are going to play it on their TV, then that small font size ain't going to cut it. Because I remember when I was trying to play GTA 4 on my Xbox on my big TV, and you're getting these phone calls and you can't read the texts from the phone calls, and that was ridiculous because the text was that small. But they obviously didn't test or didn't care for people sitting on the couch with it. Just have people sat right next to a monitor right in the face, so it wasn't an issue. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure at least I could cover them things, and thing is I'm adding stuff and breaking stuff as I go along. So like the last leg will be making sure that everything's working correctly, like the HUD elements, so I'm making change, adding stuff on there, but I've not fully tested them for when you change the HUD colour elements, items, or it doesn't change it for all of them and whatnot. But it will get done. So we said float 2, float 3. Oh, generic's already in there. Using bomb, wasn't it? Using bomb. No. Using conditional actions. Oh, it was a region, wasn't it? Yeah. Makes sense now. So we have serialize field, private, bomb.floats 2. Base form, was it? Bomb data? Oh wow, okay. Conditional actions, bomb data. Oh. A namespace cannot directly contain members, such as... Oh, namespace, yeah, sure. Did I even need to override this? I'm not going to put anything else in there, am I? So maybe we don't need to do an override, we just use the same thing. We just need the get and set, don't we? It's called Drop Down. And it's nothing to do with Skywalks. Shit. Oh, okay. I've got a class, mission creator assets, that's it, isn't it? Which loads in all the assets into collections for reference. Item group data set. What do you have in there? Unique ID and name. Okay. Oh, so we just need to define a class that holds. Actually, we just need the. Ooh. Oh, that's the thing, isn't it? So you've got the background and then you've got the textures. Well, we can work around that. Let's have a look at the rest of it. Yeah, this is the asset package that we're using. For all our background to replace or enhance our skybox. So just confirm all the various items that are in there. What do they use? So we've got a background, which is just a CW background. Background skybox. Then we've got background texture. And hopefully they're all nothing but textures. Hmm. Okay, background planet, background ring. Oh. Okay. Like radius as well, thickness, angle. All right, well, it's going to be a little more complicated than I thought. Let's have a look at you. Background planet. Okay, so it's its own class in and of itself. Let's see, we got a Starfields get around. Got the sun. Some texture. What are all these? We're gonna bother with that? Probably not. As you can see, we can just size on things. Now let's see, what's this arc? That's the planet model. Oh, that's that one in the background, is it? Okay. Okay, arc is size. Oh, radius. What had radius? So like these gas. Yeah, like a ring. Can't see a ring, why is there no ring? So a ring. Oh, a ring. Oh, there. Okay, it's behind. Really tiny. It's also in the wrong position. Oh. Screw you. There we go. So why is it like feeling off? Is it angle? Is it perspective? Thickness? Okay. Let's see it on a working example. So we have Starfield, arc, segment, arc. That's the size. You don't want to add anything there. All right, that's yeah. Look at that. Low quality. Can I reset? No. Yeah, reset. Oh, totally reset. No, I didn't want to do that. Mm-hmm. Ring. Oh yeah, it was all about the rotation. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, why does it just disappear when I did that? It breaks easy, doesn't it? Can you bring it back? Where are you? Wow. Well, that gives me ideas. Alright, let's make notes then. That's the only way we're going to be able to get anywhere. And before I do that, I need a wee. Be right back. So many things to make this better. Well, we're on the right line of what I was thinking, and I was just going to do then, but now that we've got a better idea of how much other stuff is involved, should I just use our note? I'll create another notepad instance. It's just that it takes up the whole flipping screen. Right. Okay. So our module element will need different things based on the type it's doing. So it'd be like if it's a background texture, then it would have the arc. Offset. We don't use offset, do we? No. Arc and rotation. And then we've got a ring. There's many things in it. And quite why it's not. Don't save. Right, it's back now. It's when you do the undo on it. I don't like the undo. All right, that's obvious bug for. A bug to report to the developer. Pressing undo will just remove it. So we have skybox. And we've got random seed. What is that? What is seed? Seed is an int. Detail is an int. Oh, we got it. And it's a ring, yeah. What's this service war? So it's like, oh my word. Just how much customization do I really want? Oh shit, stop pressing undo. Oh. Give random pains coming back again. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's think about, there's lots of customization. Let's see, house material overrides. Which is in here. Ongoing, oh my word. How are you not used? It's just a container. Right, this is the editor stuff. This is the bit we're interested in. What's it doing? Add. So you click add, it brings up this pop-up. Creating a generic menu. We are going through the property types of our shader to account of property counts for the shader. Okay. So quite literally, we can just add all the different shader properties on. Okay. So we need that. We want the property type. If it's not texture. I'll just copy that for the minute. What are they called? What are we adding? Material overrides. And it's literally, if it's not a texture, so anything with a texture. Well, that's got a texture. Is it the same thing we're using? Yeah. Yes, it is. Well, it's that one, isn't it? Alright, okay. So it's probably not to get confused between a texture for the class and the texture on a shader. That'll be the difference. Therefore, ring now, so we want to look at the radius. Thickness, angle, perspective. Not bothering with segment quads and ring quads. That's just a quality. But let's make a note. And they're int. That's the ring. Same thing on there. On planet. We have arc. Which is a float. To overrides. Its own thing. Starfield has its own material overrides. Sun also has its own segment quads, which is the quality stuff. Oh, Skybox, this is the sun we're looking at, Daniel. We're in the right place. Yeah, interesting how different that is on its own. Now, nebulas. What have we got? Background clouds. Ooh. It shows seed count, arc noise, and material overrides. Noises, floats. Okay. What's this cloud speed? Same thing. Also material overrides. But basically what we'll want to do is use what we have as a default, modify it, and then we'll have to instantiate any changes. Do not see that being a problem. Famous last words. And there's nebula, which is a background texture. Oh, look at that. Looks like a hand. One of those AI generated hands because it's missing a finger. Unless it got cut off. So again, that's just there. Now, Earthrise. So that's some planet, background texture, skybox. Can't be much different, can it? Yeah, same thing really. Is that right? Is that everything? Alright, and these are actual 3D, which is a bit weird. Because it's its whole different thing now. But yeah, you can zoom all the way in there. So you can almost land on that. See, if it wasn't so instant based in the levels, then maybe we could do this, but new. Oh look. Oh. Oh. Oh, it does use its certain things. Interesting. Can't see the stars because it's just too bright on there anyway. But yeah, this is a totally different sort of thing. See, this is the power that we can eventually maybe do. Like planet landing, but in a good way, not a fucking stupid way. Like that Rick and Morty planet they landed on and it was like tiny. Okay, well, something that was going to be simple is no longer going to be simple. It's going to be slightly more complicated to do. So now it's like we got 5. variations. Clouds, planet, ring, texture, skybox. So we've now got, in effect, texture. So to simplify this, we want that and a rotation, and then everything else inside. What can change? And there's also the material overrides. Okay. Very doable. And then that means this becomes that. It's literally creating new. Actually, let's think about this a moment. Blah. Just how functional do I want it? Just want to get the base functionality, but room for growth. So we need to select the element type with being skybox, texture, ring, radius, planet, or clouds. And then add it. And then it can only ever be that you've added. So if you've added a planet, then you can only maybe change to a different planet if you choose to, but then you can't switch it to a ring. You just have to add a ring and change that. So that'll avoid an issue of trying to change the types. So this display isn't going to work. That will work for yeah, we're going to have to inherit. So it's like background texture. And this. What's the argument not implemented exception? Really? Is it just... Sure, I've got classes I've done myself. Level manager. Out of range. It's like gun. No. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just have a look at gun then. Oh wow, yeah. Clever. Oh, we just declare it abstract. Partial. Can we do that? It's an abstract class. No, we can't do that. So we declare U as abstract. Can we do that? Yes. So abstract class, one of the ways of saying this class is not fully implemented. In order to use it, you have to inherit it. And therefore the inherited class is no longer abstract. Which would be that, but what's this saying? Does not. Yeah, and then you implement the interfaces for that. Yep, come on. Oh, system not implemented exception. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. And that's what I was thinking of. So now we can extend based on that as we need to. And that also means we could just get all our basics in there. Also means we need to extend on each of these. So then that would be background, texture, element data, which extends background module element, and therefore we don't have that. We have that, and you don't have that. So then when we look at this one, then we say if data as texture data, return is that? It's not. And then we can access texture data and see the arc size in there. And that one we just declare the background texture element data and then return that. And then C# will just handle it. Objects, aren't they great? Gonna have to do it like actions, aren't I? So when we're loading the data, all we know is oh, how do we do it? You just have to get the type and then say use that. How did I do that on the action forms? Did I do it in there? Nope. You define the condition type. And then when we're loading the data through our base values, because when we load the data from JSON, it'll get put into that background module element data, and even though it will contain textures and planets and clouds and whatever, it's still just going to be in that class collection. So then we need to test it to say, what are you, by having an override type. Is it in you then? It's in you, isn't it? Level condition. There you go. So that's what this is. So you just declare a virtual. Because you can't do abstract, can you not? That. But we just override that. And then we get the type, and then happy days. We can then know which form we're going to apply and show relevant to the background that has been used. Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah. Sounds about right. That'll be a, yeah, logical expression. Yeah, so you get the type and test it. And this will be fairly simple for me. But with this one, what this did was... This was a little bit more complicated, wasn't it? Because it would try and find the form by form name. Yeah, is this... Yeah. So this is the better way. Because that's why the form doesn't have anything like that. So you can see how I improve my code as I go along. Because yeah, when I created the level editor and did the forms first, then I was using the form names to try and to find the correct game objects associated with the UI to load that. And then with this, I started using types. But yeah. And no, I'm not going to go back to it and change it. Make it better because it works. Until I rename a form and then it breaks. The old adage, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So let's... So we're not using environment data for background, but using background data. Oh, that's the other thing, isn't it? 0 is the first item. So, if Skybox is -1, we're not going to be using Skybox. And then that means... we need a none. So that handles that. We just increment it by 1 when we're trying to set it. And subtract by 1 when we're not. Let's see. So we know we've got that and that, but also... oh. Okay. How does it do type of? Can we serialize type of? That's the question now, isn't it? That could be the issue. Okay. So maybe. This will contain the name, the full name of the type. And therefore, then in microphone protection module backgrounds, put this in here. Ugh. think that is what we do. Wow, what shitty inconsistent code. That's what you get from Stack Overflow. Hilarious. Now, so we have the type, we can initialize it either way. What way would that be? Who knows? But maybe, just maybe, we will get there. Or we won't. Who knows? So we go through our module background elements. Module element dot type string equal to nope. It would be what? A type of this, isn't it? Full name. Yeah. This is me hard coding each one in there. Is that why I didn't do that then? Oh, we had it an array of that, didn't we? We checked that against that. All right, yeah. That makes sense. We have so now we don't have to do that crap. You just have to go again through call it form. Yeah, let's call it form because it is going to be a form. Yes. Lowercase b, thank you very much. So we're now going through this, and then we're comparing element forms dot string type string. So then all I have to do is put all our forms into that. Then we're just checking against that to find our form. And then when we've found our form, we instantiate it and pass in the data to it. Instantiated of that type. Yeah. Okay, yeah, get it as the game objects. Yeah. Oh, a life. Flashing before my eyes. Holy moly, what's going on here? Alright, so it had all the triggers, so it instantiates everything. And then this goes through, and then it just adds the components to the stuff it's instantiated. Well, what we want to do is instantiate the game object. Ooh, what the fudge? Add, get products, yeah. Level trigger fetch, really? Okay. You know what? I got a headache. We'll leave it there for now. If you're wondering what I'm working on, it's a space combat game. It's in the vein of whatchamacallit, Free Space 2 and iWar. It's actually flying corvettes, you know, big ships rather than fighters. Links in the description. We've got various subsystems like damage systems. You can target subcomponents, damage your opponent's systems, which will degrade performance. You get directives, mission orders. You can monitor objectives like in patrols and wingmen. You can order around, and it's single player mission based combat with main story missions and a pool of randomly selected side missions. So it's all scripted with a bit of procedurally selected items, if that makes sense. So it's not like I've created an entirely new level. It's all scripted and just does variations of types of missions based on what I provide it and what enemies you encounter vary. So there you go. Right, thanks for watching. Until next time, whenever that'll be, bye for now.